guys, it's me Maricel and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell notification for you to get notified on my next video. In this video guys, we're going to talk about my green card interview. I received a lot of comments and views in my previous video about green card timeline and how did I get my employment authorization or combo card. So if you haven't watched that, I can link here. Yeah, so in that video I talk about my timeline, what forms did I submitted. This video guys, as you can see in the title, is all about my green card interview. First of all, I received my interview notice January 22, 2022. In the interview notice, it says like I need to go to Honolulu, USCIS, and for February 23, 2022. So I think guys, most of the time they always give 1 month so you can prepare. So this is the most awaited for us. I know you understand what I mean, because it's a long journey guys. We know it's a long journey, and the final step is the interview to get the green card permanent resident. So I have 1 month. I have 1 month to prepare all my documents and evidence. First of all, when I submitted all my forms, I already attach all the evidence that we have. For example, like lease contract and then pictures. It's like that. Since the beginning, I already attached the evidence. So now I'm still preparing the new evidence. For example, the recent travel together, and then joint bank accounts, you know, like the documents that I haven't submitted. I preferred photo albums, and then plane ticket, because we recently traveled together. We visited my husband family in Puerto Rico. You know guys, like for example, lease apartment, and then credit card joint account, stuff like that. You know guys, like whatever joint stuff you do have with your partner, just bring it. Yeah. And also pictures, Facebook or Instagram posts, anything, even basic stuff like your like Facebook posts, like that means your relationship is true or legit. You know, anything that makes your relationship legit. Let's move forward to the day, February 23, 2022, the big day. The scheduled time is 7:45 a.m. It's too early, right? So we have to travel like 30 to 40 minutes because it's in downtown, and you know, a lot of traffic in downtown Honolulu. We got there early. Don't be late guys, because don't miss the interview. Yeah, because it's gonna be hard if you miss your interview. So be on time. So when we got there, it's like the normal thing. It's like there's a security, like airport security, like you have to put your bag and then they will scan it, and then you have to walk in scanning area 2, and then after that we're good to go. I mean, we go to receptionist. He's a guy, so he just asked for ID. Yeah, I showed my license ID, Hawaii license ID, and then my husband license too. So, and then the approval notice. Don't forget your approval notice, because that's the important thing. That's the key. Then he said like, oh okay, you can have a seat there, and then just wait for a few moments, because the interviewer is going to call you. So yeah, and then we just sit down. I think 1 minute or 2 minutes, the interviewer arrived. He said like, oh, let's go to the 4th floor, because we're currently in the 5th floor. So he said like, oh, let's go downstairs, and then we just go to his office. Actually the office is open, like the door is open. I'm expecting like it's a closed office. So it's like his office is, yeah, with the computer, a lot of paperwork, and then first that we do, we don't sit first, guys. You should wait if the officer tell you like, oh, you can sit, because first you have to sworn, how you call that, you have to stuff like that, like, yeah. And then we just, he made it very easy for us, because we just like do this, and then we said okay, that's I think, yeah, sworn, how you call that, yeah, just to promise like we're going to say the truth, something like that. And then after that, okay, you can have a seat. And then he started asking our ID again, and then I just show my passport and then my driver's license, and yeah, he started asking my information, for example, date of birth, where do I live. Yeah, it's like basic question about me and my husband. And it's funny, guys, because we're expecting the officer is going to ask me because I'm the immigrant, you know, like that's the common, I don't know, it's like I used to watch videos too, and to read, they used to say like mostly they ask the immigrant, me. So it's funny, guys, because mostly of the question is for my husband. I mean, the officer used to ask my husband, not me. You know, the basic question like how we met. So he asked my husband. Of course, my husband know the date, how we met, because we're legit. So it's like we're just telling our story. But the thing is, my husband is the one who used to answer, because he's the officer asking him. So that's another tip, guys. If the officer is asking your husband, I should not answer, because the officer is asking my husband, so why I should answer? So you know what I mean? If the officer is asking me, I'm the one who's supposed to answer, not my husband. So it's like that. So even though you know the answer, the officer didn't ask you. And then he asked my husband if I met his family, if my husband met my family, and then if we travel together, and then if we have kids, something like that. It's like, it's not really complicated, guys, because if you are legit relationship, it's gonna be easy, because you're gonna tell your story, your love story. So it's pretty much easy. Then another question he asked is what I like to my husband, and then what my husband like to me. So yeah, I think you guys, if you're really legit, and then if your relationship is true, you don't need to worry, because it's like you can think the officer is your friend, a friend who's asking you about like, oh, how you met, how did you, you know, like you're telling your love story. So you don't actually need to get worried or to get scared, because if your documents is good and your relationship is true, yeah, everything is going to be smooth, like what we experience. So everything goes smooth. It's not hard. It's not that hard than we expected. So guys, another question. Do you remember about the yes no question? Like a lot of no thing. So he asked me if something changed there. He didn't ask me one by one. So he just asked me like, oh, in yes no thing you answered all no. By any chance, is there something changed? I said no, nothing changed. The only thing changed is I got a job. So he was surprised. I was like, I think that's another point. It's like that means like he was willing to contribute in United States. So I think that's another plus point, because he asked me like, oh, where do you work? He's interested. A good thing I have my company ID. I show it to him. He's interested like what kind of job I do. I'm in the office, and then it's like, oh, okay, you're in the office. And then yeah, stuff about my company. At the end of the interview, guys, he said like, oh, so far I got all the information I need. I got all the requirements we need. So yeah, it's like wow, it's like the interview is very smooth and easy. And then he told me that I'm going to get my green card and the welcome letter in few weeks. So guys, after few hours after the interview, my case changed. I will show you here the screenshot here. My card is being produced, so it changed like that. It's like, wow, the same day I got approved. I mean, he already told me that I'm approved. I'm going to receive my green card in few weeks or 1 week. And then it feels good, like the evidence, like my case changed, like my card is being produced. And then guys, the next day, my I-485 and I-130 changed, like case is approved the next day, guys. And then few days, my case changed to card is being delivered and then delivered to me. In the next video, guys, I'm going to show you my green card. I'm going to unboxing.
I'm taking a video now.
Welcome. So that's all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoy watching this video. I hope you learn a lot, and good luck to your interview. And then yeah, I'm so very happy because I just dream about this and now I have it. Yeah, it's a lot of effort and money and then preparation. Yeah, but it's pretty much is good. You reap what you sow. It's like that. And then everything you wait for is all worth it. That's all for today's video, and God bless to you guys, and thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe.